Fish. Well prepared. After it killed half her men. Welcome to the stream. It's Genshin Impact. It's time for the all-yearly summer event. Hope you're ready. Because I certainly was ready. Starting the game for the first time during this version, obviously something happened and I was ready to record it, so let's start off with that.
Huh? Seems like we were just sent a strange book. It does have a really nice cover, though. Oh, Paimon's really curious. Let's read it and see what it's about.
Yeah, let's find out what that book could be about. Also, yeah, Australia isn't being considered when we are doing summer events anywhere. It's a shame. Can never have Australian summer. That's actually surprising that we're talking about that right now. But okay. Let's take a look at Summertide, Scales and Tales. The summer breeze carries stories and the fragrance of grass. Amidst your journey, you and Paimon stumble upon a strangely bound book. What's inside this most mysterious tome? Only one way to find out. From the background, it doesn't look like we are going to the islands. I mean, last year we also didn't go to the islands, but likely we are going to someplace new. Let's read. After confirming, you will teleport to another area. The current quest and exploration progress will be interrupted. I'm sorry? The story begins in a forest without rain. Open the strange book. They will descend upon the cliff of prophecy. Huh? I'm going there manually, apparently, because I don't know what will happen if I just open it. I mean, it doesn't seem to be far away, for what it's worth. Someone just left this book on this table. This very ominously shining, glowing book. With what appears to be a dragon on the cover. Loading screens. I guess we entered the book.
You're finally awake. Paimon was worried sick.
Where are we?
No idea. Paimon just woke up and then we were here. Oh, Paimon's head is all dizzy.
Oh wow, you finally added a way to make the text disappear. Something that should have been here from the start. And also a way to look at the text that happened. Was that already here? I don't remember it being here.
The scenery here looks different too. What should we do, Traveler? Please don't tell Paimon someone abducted us and brought us to some strange place that we could never leave.
Calm down, Paimon. Let's take a look around first.
You're right. Better to think of this as the beginning of a new adventure. Thank goodness you're still here. If Paimon woke up alone, she probably would be trembling in a tree hollow.
The story begins in a forest without rain.
Let's follow this path for now. We might be able to meet someone and figure out what this place is all about.
That's a giant bookmark, isn't it? And paper trees, as well as regular trees. And stars on strings. And a paper airplane. Excerpts of Bliss. Excerpts of Bliss. I'll find you. Maybe. Maybe not. Books are made of trees, after all. Correct.
Traveler, did those plants by the road look weird to you? It almost looked like they were made of paper.
I just mentioned that, Paimon. Listen to me.
And those two frogs over there? Yeah, they look like pieces of origami.
Oh no. First we had origami birds. And now the disease has spread.
Oh, by the shade of a lotus leaf stream, don't tell me you forgot how to jump.
And like the birds, they can talk.
I didn't forget, Firecracker. I'm just not sure if what I remember is correct.
Next thing you know, you'll have forgotten how to sing, much less notate a score. You still remember why we call you Stream, don't you?
Yeah, because I've got a great singing voice. Although these days, name seems more ironic than anything.
Not just a great voice, one that evokes the gentleness of early morning dewdrops flowing into a spring. So cheer up and make the jump over. If you're still unsure, just use that roll of magic thread. I won't laugh, I promise. Now, don't tell me you've forgotten how to use that as well.
I haven't forgotten everything, Firecracker. Your name, for instance. It's kind of hard to forget that you're named after your fiery temper. Now do me a favor and pipe down for a second. I'll be right over.
Firecroaker. Much better name.
You saw that too, right? Paimon's not seeing things, is she?
I saw some talking paper frogs.
This place is getting more confusing by the second. Anyway, why don't we go after those two frogs? They didn't look evil or anything. Plus, they might be able to help us out.
You're awfully trusty, Paimon. Paper flying squirrel.
For you.
Guess it doesn't do anything.
Guess we're not catching up to those frogs. They were so fast. Paimon couldn't even tell where they hopped off to in the end.
I was kind of distracted by a squirrel. Yeah, that one.
Excuse me,
No, not that
travelers. Did you come from the Cliff of Prophecy, perchance?
The chubby paper hamster just talked.
Chubby? Who are you calling chubby? I've just got a slightly thicker layer of paper on me, that's all. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Armand, and I'm an elder of the Forest of Blessings. I've been waiting here for the hero of prophecy to arrive.
That's her, and I'm her assistant, Leaf.
Traveler, could you pinch Paimon just to make sure she's not still dreaming?
I think I need pinching as well.
Pinching, you say? Well, I can help with that. Although you'll have to get a little closer. My arms are rather short.
That's alright. We just need a minute to collect ourselves. Okay, let's think things through. We know for sure this isn't the world we're familiar with. The talking paper animals and all the paper trees and plants make that pretty clear.
You think so, Paimon?
The hero from another world, supported by their companions, shall restore peace to the world. That is what the prophecy says.
So we got isekai, is what you are saying. This world.
Dearie me, I completely forgot to introduce you to this world, didn't I? And here I am, getting all excited by the arrival of the hero. You'll have to excuse me. This old brain isn't what it once was. All shell and no nut. Oh well, perhaps my once glossy paper has faded past the point of no return.
You sure look very faded.
It's okay, really. You can just tell us all about this world now.
Let me think. Where should I even begin? I've pretty much forgotten everything that happened in the past. Right. I believe the story circulating along the pulp of this forest goes as follows. A long, long time ago, 3 goddesses created this world and named it Simulanka. The goddess of creation, who presides over matter and magic, created the mountains and rivers and gave us life. Her powers also paved the way for Simulanka to exist in numerous worlds. After the goddess of creation came the goddess of prophecy, with dominion over the stars and the course of fate itself. She induced the sky to spin and the earth to move. Even to this day, her statue still stands tall at the highest point of Constellation Metropole. The final goddess was the goddess of fate, she who reigns over all treasured tales and dearest wishes. She bestowed upon us the fierce and everlasting feelings of love and hate, and showed us the meaning of death and hope.
Great.
Whoa, they all seem super impressive. Sounds like they really did a lot.
I don't think paper needs to be able to hate. You'll just get a paper cut.
Of course. All new residents of Simulanka come to the forest to thank the goddess of creation for founding this world, and travel to Constellation Metropole to witness the divinations of the goddess of prophecy's numerous oracles. After that, they make their way to the end of the world and tell the goddess of fate about their most cherished dreams. Well, at least that's how it used to be.
How it used to be? Did something bad happen?
You mentioned something about restoring peace to this world.
Oh, yeah. That has to do with the hero you're waiting for, right?
Yes, this old brain of mine may have forgotten many things, but I will never forget the day the evil dragon descended upon our forest.
The dragon is on the cover of this book, so maybe it's the main character.
It came down from the skies in an ominous black mist and ravaged our homeland, Its gigantic footprints can still be seen in the kingdom of breezes and bells. We're incredibly fortunate that no one was hurt.
Sounds terrifying.
Terror doesn't stop there, I'm afraid. Ever since the attack, the Calligraphy Tavern in the forest has been closed. No one knows why, but it's a catastrophe of the highest order for us, forest dwellers.
A catastrophe of the highest order? All because a tavern closed? If we were talking about Mondstadt here, Paimon might understand, but is it really all that serious?
Good goddess of creation above. We'd take even the greatest flood over the closure of the tavern. Wet paper will dry out with time. Fallen trees can be restored. But the Calligraphy Tavern is the only source of the magic tonic that sustains all creatures in the forest.
Is it ink?
Magic what?
Magic tonic. It was gifted to the forest by the goddess of creation herself. A special potion that helps us maintain our vitality.
What happens if you stop drinking it? Do you start to fade in color and then disappear?
Well, our bodies will gradually crumple and become brittle until they eventually disintegrate entirely. Our colors will fade and we'll start to lose our memory until we can't even remember our own names.
Pretty much on point, I see.
But wait, Grandpa Almond, does that mean you've already...
Oh, I'm afraid so. The color has all but completely faded from my paper. To be honest, all I really remember is that I'm supposed to wait here for the hero of prophecy. But I've already forgotten who gave me that order to begin with.
Then we've got to act fast! How can we help?
Oh, brave Pixie. May the goddess of fate reward you and your friend for your kindness. Could it be you're the heroes I've been waiting for all along?
Not sure how we know that. Plus, we can't even remember how we got here, so it's not looking too promising.
You're just following the road and then ended up here.
Well, this is turning out to be quite the conundrum for old Almond Brain here. The prophecy never mentioned anything like that. For now, why don't you come with me to the Hut of Blessings? Our forest fairy lives there. Maybe she'll know what to do.
Whoa, a forest fairy? Like one that knows magic?
Oh, you betcha. She's prophesied to join the hero on their journey.
We already have a fairy, we don't need another one.
Well, then she sounds like exactly the kind of person we need. Please lead the way, Grandpa Almond.
He forgot the way. Paper frogs live in the Rainsong Pond, are adept jumpers. Press the interact button to pull the magic thread on its back, and use movement to modify the frog's jump direction and distance. Press the attack button while on the magic thread to make the paper frog jump forth. When the pulling distance exceeds the magic thread's maximum limit, the paper frog will automatically jump forth. Frog do jump. For prizes. Just like a real paper frog. The immersion is too real.
I hope you packed this up.
Excuse me while I get massively distracted in this world. Why are those scary things still here? What are you? What? A llama?
I see everything. Here. Hey. curiosity deserves a reward.
I want to know what an excerpt of Bliss is. I'm assuming it's just oculi variety of this realm. But it's not where oculi usually are, I feel. No, oculi should be in this page. Oh well, we'll learn about them. Thank you. Please take these. Take what? Oh, fruit. Thanks.
That meadow over there looks pretty strange.
Well, that's what the Calligraphy Tavern looks like. Now it's lost all of its color.
Ominous. Ominous indeed.
I see everything.
I guess the tavern itself just got flattened.
Hey,
This is the place. If you could just wait a moment, the ferry should be...
Traveler! Paimon! Paimon knows that voice! It's really you! I'm so happy to see you!
Dynamic CG! Also hug. Yep, same here. Maybe calm down a bit first.
Sorry.
No, she is the forest fairy. Not too big, apparently.
So Nilu is the forest fairy? Well, you certainly look the part.
New outfit. The outfit is lovely. It's perfect for you.
Thank you. To be honest, I'm still getting used to it. It's the weirdest thing. I remember I was reading a book at the Grand Bazaar, and then I guess I must have fallen asleep at some point because, well, then I woke up just like this.
So that book appeared in multiple places.
And in my dream, someone spoke to me. They said, "You are the fairy of the Forest of Blessings. Now go, save the forest with your magic." At first, I thought this whole world was just part of the dream. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't seem to wake up. I couldn't find anyone I knew from the real world either. Sounds similar to what happened with us. We also have no idea how we got here. Anyway, sorry for my reaction back there. I got a bit too excited when I saw you two.
Excitement is fine.
It's okay, we totally understand. We were looking for a way out too. At least we know we're not alone.
Oh, blessed be the goddess of fate above. You're already friends with the fairy of the forest.
Grandpa Almond, thank you so much for bringing my friends here. Could you let the others know I'm coming? I'll head over right away.
Of course, leave it to me. Hey ho, pistachio. Today truly is a blessed day.
This day is nuts.
Wow, Nilu. Looks like you made short work of getting to know the locals. Well, when I arrived here yesterday, Grandpa Almond told me all about the state of this world.
Since they think of me as their forest fairy, I just felt like I had to try to help them.
Just play along.
Oh, so you mean like using some kind of forest magic to repair the tavern?
Unfortunately, I don't know how to use the magic of this world. I've tried using my vision, but it doesn't seem to work here.
Still works for attacking things.
If the books stored in this hut are anything to go by, this seems to be the place where the goddess of creation first made the townspeople of this forest. She folded the pages of books into small origami animals, gave them life with her magic, and with time, that's how the Forest of Blessings took shape.
Maybe one of the books here could teach us how to use magic.
I read them all, but only found one reference to magic. The incantation, abracadabra, means to create what I say. This is a world made up of words, where fantastical powers can be wielded by all.
Okay, so basically everyone in this world can use magic? That's nice, but still kind of vague.
Yeah, from the other books I read, it seems like this goddess really likes to play fast and loose with the details.
So the writer is what you're saying.
So, what should we do now? Didn't you say you were going somewhere, Nilu?
Oh, yes. I was going to help some of the other residents of the forest. They've been busy making preparations to reopen the tavern, so I thought I could help out.
Got it! Guess we should just focus on what we can do for now.
This whole thing is making me pretty nervous, actually. It's like I've been pushed on stage without being taught the choreography. Since I'm already wearing the costume, though, I might as well try to play the part. It's what a professional dancer would do. And who knows? Maybe I'll find my own magic along the way. All I can do is try, right?
At least you're optimistic.
We'll be there to cheer you on too.
Thank you. Then let's go.
Boreal Flurry. Brave northerly wind. In the Forest of Blessing lives a particularly passionate flying squirrel. We saw that. Talk to Clanch. Clanch? In the Forest of Blessing lives a squirrel. Can do that. There's a vending machine. Welcome, honored guest. Welcome to the Forest of Blessings. Are you here for a jaunt, or are you here to see the Rain Song Pond jumping competition? Whatever the case may be, may you enjoy your time here. Do remember to avoid the giant dragon, who can come knocking at any time. Don't let him get in the way of your travels. Truth be told, I wanted to give him some paper models, thought it might improve his mood. Perhaps keep him from blowing my shelves over again. But he doesn't seem the least bit interested in listening to me, simply flying off as he pleases, just as always. Oh my, I forgot to introduce you to my masterpiece, as well as this outstanding frame. Please, look over here. Have a look at this fantastical fabricator. Every paper model I've made up to this moment is inside. I've jumped across the entire world and made countless friends in my journey to craft them. For example, the flying squirrel Clanch, who would often drag me into wind currents to try flying. David, who loves paper models as I do, and of course, Alof, ever the stone-faced fellow. They were all generous enough to let me make paper models based off them, that I might share these interesting toys with everyone. Alright then, grab these Starsail coins, consider them a welcome gift. Then stuff them into the fabricator and finally, turn this handle. Let's see what the dewdrops shall bring you today. Once you use the coins up though, you'll have to find a way to get some more on your own. You want to continue turning that fabricator handle, that is. Sounds like gacha to me. As to just how to get more, well, you can ask those good friends of mine. I'm sure they'll have an idea or two. After you get the present, you can exhibit them on the shelf behind me. Strictly speaking, it is this shelf that was the true impetus for my creation of the fantastical fabricator and paper models. But the telling of that tale is no simple thing. Should you so wish, I would be glad to share it with you. But for now, just start the fabricator up. Dreamy dewdrops above willing, may you gain the gift you desire, and may your mood be uplifted for the rest of the day. In the Summertide Scales and Tails event, you can use Star Sail coins gained from game modes within Mosaic of Moments to create many model figurines in figurine fabrication. Fairy tale figurines related to each region's theme can be mounted on said region's goods shelf. During the event, these figurines can be exchanged with and given to your friends. So it's gacha with trading. We have 5 coins and it costs it costs 5 coins. That doesn't look like an S rank. Wow, we got something. Fairy tale figurine, bouncy lotus leaf. Yay. Very good. Glad to be part of your pyramid scheme. I think there is a paper airplane somewhere around. I think I can hear it, in fact. This looks like Pipe Dream. Except 3D.
The forest fairy is here, and she brought her companions. Grandpa Almond was right. They do look promising.
Hello there, everyone. I heard you were working on the piping for the calligraphy tavern. Is there anything we can do to help?
Oh, we wouldn't dream of troubling you with our petty problems, my lady. Don't you worry. We have it all under control.
You sure about that? Because from where Paimon's floating, the piping is looking pretty chaotic.
We'll have to fix that, don't we?
Yes. We have my careless friend to thank for that. He promised we could leave the pipe connecting to him, and, well, the results speak for themselves.
Hey, I just wanted to inspect each pipe. This is the network the magic tonic has to flow through. I was just trying to be thorough, so I disassembled the whole thing.
I hope they didn't run out of nuts for naming these hamsters.
Yeah, and now you've forgotten how to put the thing back together. Have you been eating too many nuts again? 'Cause you are what you eat.
Please don't fight. I know everyone wants the tavern to reopen as soon as possible so that the forest can return to normal. So, why don't you let us help out?
Yeah, we're here anyway, so we might as well be helpful. We just need to reassemble these pipes, right?
We are totally the best plumbers around.
Well, if you're offering... Basically, the pipes need to be connected properly to allow the magic tonic to flow through. If you put the wrong pipe in the wrong place, the tonic will get stuck halfway.
Attention to detail is key.
Says the guy who messed up the whole thing in the first place.
Okay, that's the end point. Let the magic tonic flow. Can it already? Oh, do we need to... Like, this would need to be a cross piece to work. Unless it's just this small thing. In which case... Great. You don't have a continuous stream of tonic, I see.
Oh, amazing! You did it!
Now the tonic will flow into everyone's cups without getting stuck, right? Oh, gotta say though, Paimon is starting to get pretty curious about this magic tonic. Could she have a teeny tiny sip? Just a little taste, please?
Paimon, stop being greedy.
It's not greed, it's curiosity.
Do you want more colors in your life?
Well, if it's really just one sip, I guess that would be fine.
Just be careful. This is one of the last cups left in the entire forest. We're supposed to save it for our research.
Just a sip, promise. Okay, here goes. We won't.
And then Paimon drank ink.
What? What was that? Oh, it's sticking to Paimon's tongue. Wait, is this just regular ink?
Called it! Ink and paper, huh?
Wait, does that mean what the legend says is true? The goddess of fate used ink to compose her stories on paper, and the goddess of creation used her power to bring those tales to life.
No wonder the tavern is so important to the forest.
Maybe the fading disorder occurs when the ink within the body dries up. That would explain why the beings here are forgetting their own stories. Oh.
I'm not really sure I can really wrap my head around this conversation, but there's no need to get all worked up on our behalf, my lady. With the pipe installed, I'm sure the tavern will be up and running in no time.
Just don't forget to turn that last piece.
What do you mean, can't wrap your head around it? The fairy is recounting the story of how the goddesses gave us life. In fact, I've seen the goddess of creation with my own eyes.
Really?
Don't be ridiculous. There's no way you're old enough to have met her. We're the same age, and I think I would know considering we went to tell our wishes to the goddess of fate together. So stop talking a load of papier-mâché.
Oh, fine. It was my grandfather, all right? He was the one that saw her. He said that one day after he finished work, he saw the goddess of creation grant us life with his own eyes. In her hands, she held the very paper used to form our bodies. She whispered something into the pages, and then suddenly a paper frog was born, ready to leap into the world. Oh, it was spectacular.
Cut the theatrics, will you? You weren't even there.
Wait, so that's it? Paimon thought creation magic would have a little bit more pizzazz.
Oh, so in your world, the creation of life is a much showier affair? Huh, I'm learning something new every day.
Well, that's not exactly what Paimon was trying to say.
Magic doesn't have to be spectacular.
That's enough out of you. All your boasting is confusing our kind fairy.
Oh, no, it's all right. I actually think I understand the magic of this world a bit better now. Thank you.
The honor was all ours, milady.
Traveler, Paimon, we should make our way to the next location.
Find anything you like?
This wasn't even something marked on our map. Speaking of which, we are at the edge of the world. The princess is looking for a guardian. What princess? Hopefully not one of der Verurteilung. The flying squirrels of the Kingdom of Breeze and Bells are adept flyers. Get close and use the interact button to work together with them and direct them through the garlands. Holding the attack button while in joint cooperation will display the flight path. Release the attack button and the flying squirrel will attempt to pass through the garland along the path you indicated. The flying squirrel will immediately turn back after reaching the end of the flight path. It will only stop in mid-air and await your use of the attack button to summon them back after they have hit flower balls. Not collecting orbs, but rings. I see. Oh, I see. Okay. Hit that and then make it fly through the ring on the way back.
I wonder who this gift could be from.
Whoever wrote this story, Nahida. Clearly. What now? Flowers that have curled in on themselves for a nice nap. They will awaken and open after being hit by flying squirrel impacts, character attacks, and other shocks. Having been so rudely awakened, they will show their immense displeasure by creating a current that can move garlands.
I wonder who this gift could be from.
Punching! Ah, two more brave warriors step up to the plate. Are you here to play Boreal Flurry? Come then, right this way. I'm looking forward to witnessing your unmatched powers of flight. Whoa, cool it. I haven't said anything yet. Flying Squirrel Impact is better than Genshin Impact. Changed my mind. One needn't keep cool to fly, dear guest. Not at all. A cool head will merely dull your sense of the wind. Only one who faces the wild wind utterly unprepared may uncover their true potential. Flying squirrels nowadays are far too timid. They've utterly forgotten the lessons taught by the brave northerly wind. They stand in safe spots and declaiming the courage of leaves that dance in the wind, yet are far too frightened to leap into its embrace themselves. How can we protect the kingdom alongside Her Highness if things keep going this way? Ludicrous! Ludicrous, I say. Man, this flying squirrel sure is the energetic type. Looks like he really loves flying. And that's why I found myself a passage with especially intense wind currents and set up all sorts of devices inside it. Only the bravest, the boldest, the most bellicose in flight shall best its course. Do you have the required courage, dear guest? I'll have a right go at it. Excellent, follow me then. The passage is not far from here. Minigame incoming. Third against the storm. Complete the challenge with 1,500 points. A cool head will merely dull your sense of the wind. Only one who faces the wild wind utterly unprepared may uncover the true potential. As Clancher reads off the moral in brave northerly wind, it is as if he breathes vitality into every brave challenger taking part in Boreal Flurry. Why no Fuse here? Well, you are here, so at least one. Also, we are gonna follow orbs after all, aren't we? Nope. Yes. Much orb. "62 orbs to be precise. That's a bit excessive. These llama just can't move, can they? You're running down my timer. I would have taken the treasure, you know? I'll take that one.
Find anything you like?
Her berries were stolen. My berries! We have to help her. What are you asking there? Not really, no. I wouldn't like... I mean, I would like C6 R5 Nahida, but it's not something I need.
Rust and Reeve.
Anyways, berries. Stop! There's someone strange up ahead.
Positions.
I'm a free-to-play player, so... I'm not gonna get any 5-star characters maxed out. Could go a little bit faster.
With all my strength.
That being said,
I see everything.
this team already destroys everything
Mind the
anyways.
side effects. Seems like an emergency.
This dance is for you.
Provisions are vital.
Please return the berries to that sad fellow by the river. Will do. But I'll take the radish for myself. Did we get the berries? I hope we did.
Let's move out.
Amazing! That kind soul helped us out. My berries. I think I had enough berries to begin with. I didn't need to get yours in particular.
Provisions are vital.
Where are we supposed to go? Did your wind already stop? really want to turn it on again, you know? You know, I thought these would lead me to an easy way up. But I guess that's as easy as it gets. Give it a go. Glad that these don't need to be particularly perfect.
So this is the thrill of adventure.
It worked.
Let's move out.
You didn't fly. Nope. Great. Weird summer indeed. It's also, I think, the first summer event without Klee, which is new and refreshing. I guess her getting an outfit was the culmination of her being in all the summer events. Your Highness, what brings you here? The princess. Given how things stand, I shall retrieve the relic myself and then decide what to do next. Your Highness, that will not do. Your Highness, you cannot go. Oh, it seems you have a better solution. It's here then, Minister Saborn. I would like to inform Your Highness that following a long discussion with Sufash last night, we have come to the conclusion that it would be better to set up a trial ground elsewhere. Hear, hear! And then the Guardian, who passed our selection process, can retrieve the relic for us. 2 birds, 1 stone. But without the relic, how can we be sure that the chosen Guardian is really the one we are looking for? Worry not, ministers. Though we are indeed facing a great crisis, this is precisely as the legends predicted. When the crisis befalls us, a guardian shall thereupon emerge. At this moment, what I must do is ensure that they are shown the right path. Are you talking about me? Besides, I am the best flyer in the kingdom, so there is none more suitable than I to judge the guardian's abilities. But then will you go instead? I'm afraid my legs are rather useless when it comes to flight of any kind. How about you, Saborn? Will you go? My eyesight. Alas, I fear I would be unable to see their movements clearly enough to judge. Good. That's settled then. The two of you will stay to handle affairs within the kingdom, while I shall assist in managing the selection process at the original location myself. Might I submit myself as a candidate for the trial, Your Highness? Oh, we're good at flying and adventuring too. Can we participate? Oh, greetings to both of you and welcome to the Kingdom of Breezes and Bells. You are very welcome to sign up for the Guardian of the Kingdom selection trials. You have not previously participated in the selection trials of our Kingdom of Breeze and Bells, if I am not mistaken. How does Your Highness know this? Your appearance differs greatly from our kingdom's subjects. Had you taken part before, I would not forget it. Oh, that's enough chit-chat, I suppose. As it so happens, I was just about to head over to host the selection ceremony near the Relic Shrine. Let us go there together. Minister, the kingdom's affairs are in your hands. Do not try to let anyone cut this tree down while I'm away finding our true guardian, if you would. As you wish, Your Highness. The two of you, please come with me. Before the selection officially begins, there are a few things I still need to tell you. Saborn, we must think of something. You are no doubt right. But when have we ever managed to hold back the princess? Never, I assume. Flying practice.
Breathtaking.
Breathtaking.
Let's move out.
Ready to take flight into the wind? Let me try. Take up your position over there. Over where? Let's do it. Catch up with 4 squirrels within 60 seconds.
Let's move out.
Oh, I see. It was not I thought we were having a race.
Let's move out.
Now this is going to be a race. Can I get there in 10 seconds? Barely.
So this is the thrill of adventure.
Yes, so. Did we get a quest from that princess? Yeah, the forest of the princess. Okay. Here's a llama, there's a llama. Some squirrels, some hilly churls.
Hey! The doctor was seen.
Taking a turn for the better.
We should make the most of these supplies.
What are you being nervous about? all adults now. Go and complete the trials of the 3 high mountains. And prove your worth as flying squirrels. With your gift of majority. This trial is way too tough. Silly music start.
Breathtaking.
Oh yeah, daily quests can now be completed with condensed resin. Yeah, that's a very good improvement. Also, this whole long-term encounter points thing. So that you don't waste quests anymore. I thought I was following a squirrel. I guess not. This is also not a mountain though, so... Oh, but we reached one of our goals at least.
Let's move. I see everything.
In the Boreal Flurry game mode, you will have to move and shoot. Shoot various targets to score points. Locked on targets will be marked out, and if you crash directly into targets, a certain amount of points will be deduced. Shooting will consume energy. And energy recovers gradually, so take care and control your shots. In this game mode, you can use 2 different buttons to use 2 different firing modes. Speedy shots, when held you can fire continuously. Charge shots, after charging by holding for some time. Release to unleash. Fortified floater targets can only be destroyed by these shots. There's 2 trials you need to do to get that chest you went by. Yeah, because 2 squirrels flew away. I just didn't see where exactly. But they did say something about the highest mountains. Slime Supreme targets can take many hits, and they will change after each time they are hit, making them difficult foes indeed. Use speedy shots to deal with them efficiently. Whoa! You know, I thought it was going to be a flying squirrel. Not that I'm flying myself. Oh, that got both of them. This time I only got one. More floating cubes. And a boss. Mid-boss. Boss. Hope you like rail shooters, because that's what this is. A very slow one, yeah. A gold medal. Next one unlocks in 8 hours. This is day 1. Well, it's day 2 of the event. So we won't be able to do a lot today.
Everyone hold hands! Positions!
Mind the side effects.
And where did that princess go? Oh, I've been put quite a bit away. Also, you still want me to go there? Maybe? I don't think so, actually.
Let's move out. Breathtaking. Let's move out. We should make the most of these supplies.
We're going to cube space. Please wait here a moment. I will introduce the trial for you, as well as a few things that you will need to watch out for. Wow, Her Highness sure is a decisive decision maker, huh? Guess that's a true princess for you. I declared I'd accept the trial quite suddenly, but Your Highness didn't seem particularly surprised. Oh, perhaps my introduction seemed a little too forthcoming. My apologies. In truth, there have been many squirrels who, like you, have suddenly turned up and declared their intention to undergo the trial, so I'm already accustomed to receiving such candidates. At least, there were many before that dragon attacked the kingdom. You said it was to retrieve a relic. Is it being kept somewhere dangerous? It is indeed, as I mentioned not long ago. A giant dragon passed through our kingdom. We tried our best to drive it away, but before leaving it trampled both the trial ground and the sacred site where the relic was kept to smithereens. Our original stable trial environment is now very different from the way it used to be. The wind currents have become unpredictable, causing a dramatic increase in the difficulty of some trial stages. After the environment changed so drastically, some candidates who could have easily passed the first few stages before now find even the very first stage too challenging. But from another perspective, the current trial is actually a better test of a candidate's true strength, so it should better help us choose a strong guardian of the kingdom. I'm pretty strong. Paimon too. Well, if that is truly the case, let us get straight to it. Allow me to introduce the trial for you. Simply put, in this trial, the candidate must help their squirrel companion fly in the right direction by guiding them along the wind currents. Don't worry, it isn't complicated. All you have to do is observe the direction of the current and make the decisions accordingly. Of course, you need not worry about the issue of direction. In this kingdom, no wind can stop me from flying wherever I will. Alright, let us begin. Please make sure you are both ready. What does Paimon need to be ready for? Looks like we work well together. Your judgments are most precise. Only Princess Simest, who possesses immense powers of flight, may go even against the current through the wind passage. Ordinary flying squirrels would be scared off by the flurry of floral fury unleashed. Alliteration. There she goes. Ahead lies the final trial. Prepare yourself. Your Highness, you're amazing. You flew past so easily. Your ability to judge the wind's currents was also remarkable. It seems you are worthy to undergo the trial after all. Let us make haste to the site where the relic is being kept. Hopefully, we won't have another run-in with that dragon. I am a voice, but not life. Huh? What was that? It sounded like someone's voice. Nihuan, did you hear that? I definitely heard it. I have no idea what it meant. Whoa, the princess is way ahead. Let's forget about that for now and catch up with her first. Yeah, ominous voices are nothing to worry about. Clearly not behind that door. Hey, it's the thing we gotcha. Time is uninhabitable, and there is no place to stand. Eavesdrop quietly. The door is shut tight. You can faintly hear something from within. Okay. Not to be worried. I should have grabbed that teleport point. Well, it's not far, so doesn't really matter. Do I need to do more there? Or is that just replaying it?
Let's move out.
That's just replaying it. Stop being marked, please. That's a lot. I guess I'm doing it the right way. Ish. 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 Okay, much better.
We should make the most of these supplies.
The watch posts have collapsed. Tragic. The rings have also collapsed. Anyone here? Please help me. You need a hand? Please help me.
Let's move out.
So this is where the relic was being kept. These footprints are oh, that's a footprint. Okay. That dragon must be huge, or it has just one giant leg. Like, that could be the tail and the two wings. Perhaps in driving the dragon away, we also drove it into a rage. The relic is down there. Pass the trial, and you may claim it. Paimon thought that the relic would be protected by some kind of seal or guard or something. It looks like it's just lying there. It doesn't seem like anything stopping someone from just taking it. Just a hop and a step away. What you say is correct. The relic does indeed have a seal, namely the trial that you have seen. According to the kingdom's records, one must pass the trial in order to retrieve the relic. Conversely, if it is taken by someone who has not yet passed the trial, it will lose its meaning as a relic. Have to follow the plot. Thus, even I must pass the entire trial to retrieve the true relic. There must be both a trial and a challenger to do so. Without satisfying these two conditions, the best case scenario is that we'd be walking away with a useless lump of stone. The best case scenario, does that mean something worse could happen too? Those who act in defiance of the rules shall be cursed. Cursed? In that case, let's just go ahead and accept the trial. Let us trial and tribulate. Wrong button, always. Perhaps those fierce flowers over there could be some use. I mean, this is easier than what we just did, simply because there is no time limit. I hadn't expected you to be able to judge the wind currents so accurately. If you were a flying squirrel like I am, navigating those wind currents would pose you no challenge. Of that I am certain. I am unnatural when it comes to flying. Is that so? I'm glad to hear that. Because you two are the most guardian-like candidates I've ever seen. And let us continue. The current wind conditions are just right. No problem. No problem, not no problemo. Everything's going great. Maybe we are the guardians that Her Highness has been looking for. Your Highness was outstanding too. Thank you for your kind words. I had in fact passed the trial many times before the dragon destroyed the sacred site. Purely in terms of flying ability, I am confident that no other squirrel is my equal. Previous candidates found even the first few stages too difficult. Huh? But if your highness already passed the trial, how come you didn't take the relic? Unfortunately, the relic has yet to acknowledge me. So even guardians require the relic's acknowledgement. Why does the relic get to call the shots? That I do not know. Perhaps it thought I didn't pass the trial. Surely there aren't hidden stages. All I know is the relic has never lit up for me. But you, not only have you come precisely at our kingdom's hour of need, but your capabilities are undeniable. That is why I believe you will earn the relic's acknowledgement. Let us continue. The final stage of the trial awaits. From this side, maybe? Yeah, that sounds more like it. Oh, those next ones are not part of this installation. It appears we have some uninvited guests. Might have troubled the two of you to kindly remove them.
I see everything. Share my knowledge. With all my strength.
All eyes on me.
Truly, you both are exceptionally skilled. Something wrong with the furious flowers. Very well, and I shall complete this part on my own. Please stay vigilant to ensure that more unwanted guests do not interrupt us, I guess. There we go. Next, we must accept the relic's judgment. We passed! We won. We are guardians now. So, is this the relic that's used to acknowledge new guardians? Huh? There's something carved onto it. Like a line of text, maybe? Let Paimon take a closer look. Stories follow rules, unfolding in cyclical patterns, but each should follow its own course. Paimon doesn't get it. Do you get it? It's probably some roundabout way of cheering us on. Those words have always been there. Even I do not know their origin. I sense that they may hold some great significance for the kingdom, but I have yet to grasp their meaning. Whatever the case, give your performance in the trial. Given your performance in the trial, you are undoubtedly the most suitable candidate for the title of Guardian that I've ever met. Your abilities and judgment are beyond question. Meeting you at a time like this is truly a blessing for our kingdom. Now that we have retrieved the relic, we may hold the ceremony right away. I am fully confident that your courage and abilities will have won you the relic's respect. You flatter me, your highness. It was nothing. We're just glad we could help you, your highness. Whoa. When did you guys get here? I didn't even notice you arrive. We flew over, of course. We were among the best flyers around when we were young, you know. How else would we have been able to serve the princess? Never judge a squirrel by its appearance. Well, I never. A visitor turning up at our time of crisis, a guardian emerging from the trials victorious, and the relic in our possession, intact and unharmed. Your Highness, everything is exactly as the legend said. seems that our kingdom finally has a future to look forward to. We shall find out soon enough. Now please, place your hand upon the relic. Let it light up and proclaim that you are henceforth the guardian of the kingdom. Do you think it's not bright enough? Let Paimon take a look. Maybe it's been there so long that it just can't light up anymore. Kinda like how candles that have been lying around too long won't burn very brightly. How could that be? All the details match, yet the relic still. Your Highness, whatever the case, at least the relic is in our hands, even if our quest has failed to be acknowledged by it. No. Your Highness? Place the relic to one side. It is my kingdom for which the challengers have come. Therefore it is I who must acknowledge them. Your Highness, but no rule of our kingdom has ever taken it upon themselves to acknowledge a guardian. And let us create precedent for future rulers to follow. Li Huan, Paimon, come forward. As princes of the kingdom of Breeze and Bells, I hereby declare that Li Huan and Paimon shall henceforth be recognized as the kingdom's paladins of breezes and bells. It is my honor, Your Highness. Hooray! A paladin of breezes and bells. Such a cool title. Definitely cooler than just being any old guardian. But surely that means we still haven't found our guardian. And if that is so, then we won't be able to fulfill our calling. And if we cannot fulfill our calling, we'll no longer have a future to look forward to, just like the kingdoms that came before us. Fret not. I will find a way. You have my sword. My thanks, good paladin. I will indeed need your help. But first, I will need to put the pieces of this puzzle together. After some time has passed, please return to my kingdom to meet me. When the time is nigh, we shall set forth in search of the kingdom's future together. I'm assuming that's also a thing.
Wow, what
In
a
8
lovely
hours or
surprise.
something. Oh, that's further away than I thought. Oh, found it.
My dear Citrus, please tell me you're joking. We can't have you out of commission with the tavern about to reopen.
I'm sorry, Grandpa Almond. It's the truth. I was just too excited for the reopening and must have fallen asleep in an awkward position.
Grandpa Almond, we're here to help.
Oh, hazelnuts on high. You could not have come at a better time. Please allow me to introduce you. This is the bartender of the Calligraphy Tavern, Miss Citrus.
So tall.
Miss Citrus is supposed to add all kinds of delicious fruits to the magic tonic. Her additions are what turn it into the finest brew in the land. She's indispensable to the operation of the tavern.
Yay, ink with fruits.
I appreciate the kind words, Grandpa Almond, but... my neck.
Are you alright?
Terrible timing. Getting a kink in my neck at a time like this? Could you give my tail a little twist? That should help free up the movement in my neck. I would do it myself, but I can't reach my own, and Grandpa Almond is too old and as light as a feather.
The neck and tail are connected?
Oh, that's how they stretch like that.
Of course they're connected. Just like how you can't have a rainbow without rain. Anyway, you just need to position me at the right height to pick the fruits. And then put them in the barrel over there.
Press the interact button to pull the magic threads on the paper alpaca's back and help her. So they're alpacas. While connected, you can move to adjust the neck height of the paper alpaca and the direction she is facing. While connected, press the attack button at the correct position so the paper alpaca may obtain the needed mixology materials. Oh.
This doesn't seem quite right.
Can you have more than one at once? I guess not.
This doesn't seem quite right.
Exciting gameplay!
Perfect! My neck feels much better.
So there really is some kind of connection between your neck and tail.
It's called a string.
Thank you so much, everyone. I can rest easy now, knowing the drinks at the tavern will be just as wonderful as before.
That's another problem solved!
We've got one final stop. Let's go. What a lovely surprise.
Oops. Drowned the frog. I guess I should be standing on the thing with you, maybe.
For you. Huh?
This is about frog songs. Or the frog race. Well done, my fine hind-legged ladies and gentlemen. Well done indeed. This jumping contest is on fire. Just a moment ago, we saw Estampe the Fearless show his awesome might. With his impressive epic strength, he made a stable, yet distant leap, one worthy of a favorite to the gold, to take cold. But next up we have the one you've all been waiting for, the unequaled, the unrivaled, the unparalleled. Foroba! Cleve would have loved this. You are correct. It is almost a shame that she's not here. Who will emerge as champion and win the great honor and burden of fetching the princess? They want to fetch the princess. Wait a minute. So the one Princess Cymest was looking for was... That's gotta be a coincidence, right? But if that's the case, then this should save her a whole lot of effort. Guess we've done our duty as the paladins of breezes and bells too, huh? In any case, let's check the situation out first. That's right, let's stay focused and keep our eyes peeled. Before the final round begins, let us take a short break and give our two contestants time to rest. For the time being, the competition venue will be open to you all, so go forth and jump to your heart's content. This is what the Rainsong Pond is here for after all. Talk to the calm paper frog. Furrowbear, I know how nervous you are right now, but this is the final match that every frog has been looking forward to. I'm sorry, Mr. Horror, but Please don't blame him. Sir, give him a moment to rest. After all, Furrowbear, I'm sure you need some time to think about how you shall pleasantly surprise us all. Stump, you're good enough, I think. Oh, save it, friend. You will no doubt set a new record in just a moment. Trust me. For now, just rest. You need time. Alright. You're right, my friend. I need some time. Oh. Just... Okay. Who am I supposed to talk to? The Lotus Leaf and the Champion. Greetings, honored guest. You don't seem like frogs. Nonetheless, welcome to Rainsong Pond. May your legs be limber. Tell me about this competition. As you have seen and heard, this contest is to decide the frog who's best at jumping. Our contestants go through the qualifiers, group matches and elimination matches, and only those who make it through all these can reach the finals. That sounds kinda complicated. It's not complicated at all, simply step into the arena and clear the challenges that lie before you. Dear guests, if it suits your fancy, you can also try out the bouncing contest here. This is meant to test the contestant's speed and stability when jumping. I was just about to do some practice here, then take part in the next contest. But my skills aren't exactly up for par. I can't jump well enough on my own. Would you two be willing to assist me? So there is no competition ongoing here? Of course, the competition's already reached the finals, so the other venues are now open for practice. Keep practicing, keep jumping, keep competing. That's the way you get better and better. Come on, dear guest. You'll enjoy the bouncing contest too. I guarantee it. Oh, okay. I can make multiple jumps. This game is pretty fun, don't you think? Paimon wants to give it a try too. Then be my guest. But Paimon can pose as if she's jumping in the air too, you know. It's pretty much the same anyway. Ha ha ha. I knew you'd enjoy the bouncing contest. Just now, it was just a game. This is a long way off from a real contest. Only the very best of the best of us can take part in the latter. And this contest will decide who is the best suited to rescue the princess. Ah, it's just so exciting. Oh, sorry, dear guests. My apologies. I just can't help but ramble on about Furobert. After all, the whole reason we have organized so many contests was to choose the paper frog with the steadiest, furthest, most awe-inspiring jump, so that they could go rescue the princess. There's still some time before the final match begins, so feel free to take a look around. Oelu will use his booming voice to remind us when the competition is about to begin, so listen out for it and make sure you find good seats. Oh, it's just down there. Hey, you can jump by yourself. That's cheating. Welcome, dear guest. I presume you're here to watch the competition. Welcome, in any case, to Rainsong Pond. You have come at the right time, but also, perhaps the wrong one. The competition is coming to a close, with only the final, the results of which is already beyond doubt, left to take place. I'm sure you have heard of Furobert and the Stump. They are both leading exponents in the art of jumping, but in my experience, Furobert is sure to win. Furobert is far better at this than all other paper frogs, and has won countless championships as a result. He is, therefore, the undisputed favorite. He has the strongest legs, the most agile mind, the most resolute spirit. Most importantly, he constantly seeks to share his know-how with all other frogs. A Stump is, like me, one of the paper frogs who learned by watching him. We respect, trust, and believe that he will once again achieve great success. Before the final begins, I'd like to stay and practice a little longer to prepare for the next round of competitions. If you do not mind, we could practice together. Perhaps you might even come up with some good ideas to help me jump all the better. So, after choosing the paper frog who will save the princess, will you still organize these contests? Of course! This is not just about rescuing the princess. Most important is the contest itself and what it teaches us. Self-belief, resolve, bravery, jumping. Only a paper frog who understands and embodies such virtues will emerge as our champion. Come then, dear guest. Let's see if you can feel the virtue inherited in our contest. Observe the next attempt. Oh dear, what a terrible collision. What? Come to aid you? Let's do it. Yay. Not bad. You're quite good at this. If you have time, I'd be willing to recommend you to the organizing committee. What did that have to do with jumping? Next time we hold this competition, we'll be able to measure ourselves against one another. Still, I shan't take up more of your time until then. The final is about to begin. Guess we'll have to see just how good this Furobert guy is. He'll blow your socks off for sure. Still, he did seem a bit nervous when I saw him recently. He was constantly practicing the most basic moves, and then getting annoyed at how he was performing them. These are the finals. It's normal to get nervous, right? A bit of nerves are to be expected. That's what I thought, but no, I still believe in him. He's not the type to give in so easily. Got to keep practicing myself. If you'd like, dear guests, please feel free to have a look around. Finds are about to begin though, so be sure you don't miss them. And here it is! Here it comes! My fine hind-legged ladies and gentlemen, the unparalleled Furobert steps forward to make his leap, and he jumped 3 lotus leaves and fell into the water. It seems we have a champion. The one who will welcome our princess is our Stampy. Congratulations to our... No, Mr. Horlu, I protest. This is ridiculous, absurd even. I shall not accept the title of champion in this manner. Goodness gracious, by the morning dew, come now. You surpassed Furobert in front of all frog kind. Furobert slipped up, that's all. He's just not in good form, you know. That will not convince me, nor any other paper frogs. Anyway, let's give Furobert a moment to himself. We'll continue this later. It seems we have guests. Welcome. Welcome to Rainsong Pond. What can I help you with? We saw a frog make a really awesome leap. Ah, you must have caught sight of Furobert. He is one of the participants in this contest, and the finest jumper in all the pond. Or so he once was. Contest. Oh, Paimon gets it. This must be that sort of competition to see who can jump the best. Very sharp of you, young lady. That is exactly the sort of competition we are running. Only the most legendary leaper and skilled skipper may take the crown, thus earning the great burden of rescuing the princess. Huh, sounds pretty cool. Shame we seem to have missed it all, though. Otherwise, I'd have taken part. Really? I've never seen you jump that far before, except when you were running away from monsters. It's the taking part that counts. You never know. We might get a prize for participating. Hey! Why is the reward always the first thing on your mind? That's usually my job. In that case, you do well to ask our champion over there for some advice. My apologies, dear guests, and Mr. Horlo, too, but I said it before and I'll say it again. I'm no champion. But as surely as the lotus stems stand, according to the rules, you are the champion. I'll be the judge of that, thank you very much. This contest is meant to pick the best of us, the most skilled of jumpers, to go save our princess. This is a matter of the honor of all frog kind. And Furobert is the very best of us. You know this, all of us do. So, Furobert was really that impressive? Oh, we've heard a lot of other paper frogs talking about him. Is everything they say about him true? That's right. Furobert was the best frog in our pond. He could easily bound all the way across 12 lotus leaves and land on the 13th, and he'd land so lightly that the dew upon the leaf would not be disturbed. He could even jump between lotus leaves amidst the flowing river and not fall into the water, no matter how fierce the current. But we just saw him, so I'm guessing he's not in good form right now? Yeah, he seems kinda down. He looked super sad when he was leaving just now too. He's just having a temporary rough patch. That's the only reason he made that mistake. Please, Mr. Horlo, for the sake of the contest and the sake of our calling, I'd like to ask for a rematch. If you deem it necessary, you can consult the opinion of all the other frogs. I am sure they'll conquer. Listen, Stumpy, I know you are a capital fellow, sharp-minded and upstanding to boot. But did you not see how Furobert was faring? He left without even attempting to make another leap. I'll speak with him. We've trained together all this time, so I know how he feels. He'll understand. Ah, for the love of lotus leaves and lucent dew. All right, I'll go with you to meet Furobert. We'll come along too. We are really good at encouraging people, and we are great jumpers too. Have you been secretly training behind Paimon's back or something? I'm just good at making others jump. A long way away. Aha, both humorous and polite. Thank you for your goodwill. In that case, let us go together. Hop to it. With any luck, that good humor of yours might soothe his sore spirits. Pond protectors, I wonder which shall serve us better, the soft or hard approach. Now, how do I get up there? Is there an obvious way? Doesn't really look like it. Oh, right here. The obvious way.
Yep.
He's here. Ah, there you are. The award ceremony is over then. Just the opposite. In fact, both Mr. Hoelu and I are of the opinion that things are far from over. Indeed, I hereby announce in my capacity as referee that you, Mr. Forbe, have one more chance to jump. To maintain the fairness of this competition, and to fulfill our duty to the calling, you must do a re-jump. Dear Mr. Hoelu, I as a contestant cite the competition rules pertaining to competitive behavior that may bring harm to oneself and one's tribe. I forfeit my second jump attempt. I do not want to disappoint everyone again, nor bring ruin to our calling. This is the only truly responsible course of action. Wow, what a professional answer. He even had the specific clauses handy. He even gave it a touch of emotional appeal. Alright, looks like playing hardball isn't going to work. Oh, Lucent Dew and Lotus Leaves. But you haven't left the venue. I don't understand what you mean to say, dear guest. This is the best place from which to watch the competition unfold. If you really wanted to give up, you wouldn't have stayed here. That's true. You can see everything that's going on in the long-distance jumping contest from here. If he really had given up and no longer wanted to have anything to do with the contest, why would he stay? I don't wish to talk about this anymore. I believe I've been clear. Sorry, Stumpy, and our two guests as well. Didn't even wait for Paimon to finish speaking. Hold for obey. For the pond's sake, You too should hold, Mr. Stumpy. I have an idea. So tiring. Hang on a moment. Listen to us, would you? Is there anything else I can help you with, dear guests? You saw the terrible state I was in. I admit, I mostly knew what you were going to say the moment I saw you arriving with a Stumpy. My answer is no, and so it will always be. Look at my ankles. They are not ankles that can carry such a heavy burden. No one, not ones that can save a princess. A finer pair of ankles I have never seen. Yeah, Paimon hasn't either. But I made a mistake. No, I have been making mistakes all along. I'm sorry, you two, but I cannot continue competing. Wait for me. Don't go. We just want to tell you one thing. One last thing. All frogs make mistakes. They just need to learn from them, that's all. Good guest. You do not understand. I initially believed that mistakes were mere drops of dew that fall upon our heads. Nothing could truly knock a froggy down. But I was wrong. Perhaps they were never mere drops, but rather more akin to rocks at the bottom of a pond. Withered wood stuck into the waterbed, or a vent hidden within the muck. We can overlook them, bury them, step over them, or pretend they don't exist. But they will not rest, my friend. They will always await the opportunity for a chance to come back to bite you. Please go, and let me go too. I am nothing but a mere lotus head, who has had all its seeds removed. Even a light breeze would surge through the many holes in my heart and chill me to the bone. I cannot take up this great burden. This is the voice of my heart. I have let all frogs down, including myself. You still have a retry, you know. Yeah, you've got another chance to prove yourself. I do not wish to taste the bitter pang of failure once more. My legs and my heart cannot. Whoa, this lotus leaf is moving all of a sudden. What's going on? What? But it should have been fixed in place. No, it's moving forward. Please stand firm, dear guests. I will steer it as best as I can. What? Watch out for the water pillars. Don't worry. It's only a short course. Phew, it's gotta be the end. What a close call. Ain't here before, so I'm pretty used to it. Wait, those two frogs on the shore. Ah, the leaf got knocked. Looks like we won't be able to reach the shore for now. Whoa! Where are we going? Wild water rafting. I can do this. I can do this. Come on. Feels like it's getting... Leave it to me. I didn't need to do anything. Would you look at that? Robert the unyielding, Robert the bold. He seized the opportunity for a retry and... Gasp! A spectacular leap, spectacular indeed. With his tasty, tasty ankles. This is a miracle. Without precedent, he is the only paper frog ever to leap across this precipice. I knew you had it in you, Robert. I believed in you. The lotus leaf that suddenly started moving, that was your doing, wasn't it? It was something that Mr. Hoarelu and I came up with together. I apologize, dear guests, for hiding this from you. I'd do it all over again. Alright then, Robert. Now that everyone has witnessed your great leap, you no longer have any reason to reject the victor's crown. But it was a coincidence, a miracle born of circumstance. Just one fluke leap. It was only with the aid of these two guests that I was able to do it all. I'll be honest, we were just having fun drifting alongside you. Exactly, we were just watching from the sidelines. That big jump was all you. Still, our work wasn't in vain. Right? It would have been a waste to stand by and watch such a brilliant frog give up like that. You love it so much, and you trained so hard for so long. It would have been awful if you'd just given up. a tragedy for you and frogkin, frogkind. Ah, honored guests, truly your hearts are purer than the first drop of morning dew. I'm sorry, my friend, to have done you such an injustice. You should have been the winner of that match. Ah, come now. You proved that you were the best of us, did you not? Please listen to me. We have many competitions ahead of us, and I will gladly compete with you 100, 1,000 times more. But this time, we must put our best frog forward to fetch the princess. That is our calling, and the future of Rainsong Pond rests upon it. As such, there is no room for error. Do you understand me? I do. Good, Furube. That's wonderful. Ha ha ha. Well, this all seems to have turned out great. We have ourselves a real champion now, don't we? Next up, our champion shall go rescue the princess, and then our calling will be complete. Not to interrupt or anything, about that princess of yours. Yeah, so, you've said a whole bunch about this princess of yours. Fetch her this, best frog that. Now, everything's ready. Do you actually know where the princess is? Of course, we're about to go. Receive and rescue her. For she lives in a tower made of vines and a giant tree. Only the bravest, boldest, most jumpiest of frogs may evade the thorns and deep mist, leaping atop the tower to deliver the princess from her cage. Princess? You don't mean the one in the forest, do you? That's right. We met a princess previously when we went to the Kingdom of Breezes and Bells. I think we could have done these stories in either order. And there's some extra dialogue, because some things don't feel like they are matching up. She does indeed live in a very, very tall tower, and she even has a trial to select guardians. But she can fly herself, so Paimon doesn't really think she needs saving. And she's selecting her own guardians. Really? Wonderful. That's wonderful. That said, I didn't expect her to be able to fly. Well, that's wonderful. Then I shan't have to go all the way out there just to mess up such an important task. In any case, I must confess to being a little tired. Having just jumped so far, I must rest. Hold, friend, I say, hold! Ah, dewdrops above. You shall not escape from this matter. Mr. Hoilu, I believe that we should travel to the kingdom regardless to see what is happening. You may be right. But this is quite strange. The princess does live in a high tower, and yet she needs no frog to save her. Stumpy, Furube, seems that we must speak to that princess. Well then, dear guests, please lead the way. There's a teleport point up there somewhere. I would like to get that before I jump down. Can we do this? Not here. Please don't fall. Nilu. Thank you very much. More frog jumping. That's way too far. Guide me. I move the lotus leaves. Very froggy puzzles. Avoiding fights in this game? Never. That was close.
Let me help you pack this up.
Now we're in some other corner of the world. Where there seems to be nothing going on at this moment in time. This is a train station of some sort. Where's our needle quest? We kind of lost track of that. I mean, the game is definitely telling us to go back to the princess as well. Now that we found her a frog.
Let me help you pack this up.
Anyone want to play grab the berries? Anyone want to play? My mouse just died. Quickly gonna cable that up. Much better. So what was that about grabbing apples? Each person gets one berry. Snatching only starts. Ready, start, ready. One. Ready, steady, ready. I see. It's magical chairs, except with berries. Only by snatching the berry can the prize be won. Wow. Much berries.
Wow, what a lovely surprise. Hip.
So we're all completely stumped. How come you're all here? Oh, it's you. Such a relief that you've come. Thank you for coming, my honorable paladin. We seem to have run into a rather peculiar problem. Peculiar problem? Oh no, don't tell Paimon that the relic hasn't acknowledged Mr. Furobur either. The problem was only that I hadn't been acknowledged as a guardian. That would actually be simpler. How to put this? Mr. Furobur is indeed the champion jumper. That much is indisputable. But the trial he passed was Rainsong Pond's jumping contest, and when he was acknowledged as champion, it was a committee that declared him so. It is true that Her Highness resides in a tall tower, and that in this kingdom does indeed have its own series of arduous trials. But she clearly isn't trapped, much less needs me to jump up and rescue her. And those trials, no matter how good I was at jumping, I'd never be able to pass them. They just aren't designed for paper frogs. Game design, oh no, spoiled by it. On paper, you seem like the perfect candidate, but the details just didn't work out. What are we to do if we can't complete our calling? Keep talking about this calling of yours, and Mr. Furobur mentioned it too. What exactly is it? If you haven't found the guardian and princess you're looking for, why don't you just keep looking? Even if you don't find them right this instant, it's not like this place is gonna vanish into thin air. It might just do that. Our kingdom exists for its calling. It is also the only way we can save it. Likewise, the residents of Rainsong Pond have sacrificed so much, and are continuing to sacrifice for that princess who's nowhere to be found. Generation after generation of champions have quietly aged away, all memory of their deeds fading away into oblivion. Mr. Horelu has spoken of these brave ones before, weighed down by the burden of unrealized ambition. They are left with no other choice but to end their days in obscurity. Such a fate is crueler than the fall of a kingdom. Furobur, we talked about this before. You said you were going to reconsider, and now? We must have faith in our champion. Our champion will not back down. If I were perched on a lotus leaf and suddenly found myself drifting away with the current, I would do my best to make sure I didn't capsize in the middle of the river. Now that I carry the lotus head bangle, I will not. I cannot shirk my duty. This has nothing to do with courage, Mr. Horelu, just duty. Paimon knew our Lotus Leaf rafting experience wasn't a complete waste of time. Spoken like a true champion. But if I do end up going overboard, I'll have to call for a Stumpy. He'd definitely be better at this than I am. He's the real champion when it comes down to it. So why have I ended up being the one on the Lotus Leaf? Looks like we still have to go rafting a few more times. You sure are one unique champion. No matter how hard you try, you're always convinced you're going to fail. You really needn't worry. After all, not only did you come here, entirely of your own accord, but you had the courage to shoulder a great responsibility. You were brave enough to make a choice and boldly follow through with it. At least in my eyes, you are no less than any flying squirrel. Your Highness, thank you for your praise and for your trust. Besides, I'm already on this Lotus Leaf, so I can't get off now anyway. Well, anyway, now that we have the backing of so many strong fighters, I think it's high time we headed into the Cave of Eerie Murmurs to see what lurks in its depths. Saborn, Sophage, there's no use trying to stop me. After all, then have you ever succeeded in holding me back? Come on, lighten up. This is the last clue we need to save the kingdom. But not a single princess that's gone into the Cave of Eerie Murmurs has ever come back out again. If there's nothing in the Cave of Eerie Murmurs, what does it matter whether I return or not? But on the other hand, if there really is a clue to the salvation of the kingdom in there, then even if I were to be trapped inside, that wouldn't be such a bad thing, would it? What kind of place is this Cave of Eerie Murmurs anyway? And why does your Highness sound so serious? Oh, it's nothing out of the ordinary. Simply put, it's where those princesses of past kingdoms searched for the answer. But even until the day their kingdoms vanished utterly, those princesses were never seen again. But by never seen again, you surely don't mean the cave swallowed them alive? There isn't a single flying squirrel that knows. But we'll find out soon enough. Be safe. I'll bring the relic along with us. Who knows, it might just come in handy. Or it will be lost forever if it's in there. Alright everyone, let's go. Given that one of you is an expert flyer and the other a champion jumper, I trust you will both be able to keep up with me. Oh boy, the party has formed. To adventure! Whoa, Her Highness has flown off already. Let's catch up, Li Huan. Honorable Guardian, what can I do for you? About the kingdoms that failed to fulfill their calling. Alright. Since the princess herself has acknowledged you as the paladin of breezes and bells, it is only right that I tell you about such matters. Prior to the current era of the kingdom of breezes and bells, the land has known many kingdoms. Just like us, their calling was to find a guardian of the kingdom, who would be acknowledged by the relic. But these kingdoms, which were established to fulfill a calling, declined and vanished before they could fulfill it. Not a single one of them managed to find a guardian who could save the whole kingdom. Vanished. So, if you can't fulfill this calling of yours, something bad will happen. That is correct. In some cases, the subjects of the kingdom suddenly lost their voices, while in others the kingdom's waters suddenly dried up overnight. Having lost their future, all of these kingdoms eventually faded into oblivion. If we cannot fulfill our calling, this will be our fate too. In any case, I wish you good luck, Paladin. Oh, that was both of them. Okay. Pleasure to meet you. It seems you are a popular one indeed. Even Her Highness Princess Symest knows of you. About the price paid by Rainsong Pond. Oh, such a heavy topic. Well, seeing as you have asked, it would be rude not to give you an answer. Oh, but everything seems fine over at the pond. You all look so happy to be jumping around and taking part in the contest. In one sense, that is so. The waters of Rainsong Pond have never dried up, and the contest has never been interrupted. Each committee working tirelessly away, and each contestant training constantly, doing everything they can to be up to the task of saving the princess someday. But all those paper frogs, endlessly laboring, they are the price that Rainsong Pond has paid. For the moment we are born, our calling is to practice jumping and save the princess. Every aspect of life at Rainsong Pond revolves around this. Innumerable paper frogs have sat on Rainsong Pond's committee, and countless champions have been chosen, but all this time we've never managed to find our princess. Generation upon generation of frustrated champions have thus aged away, not knowing how to fulfill the calling that they so cherished. All they can do is watch helplessly as their once powerful legs grow weak and their fine webbed feet gradually wither away. And worst of all, because our champions keep aging, we must constantly train new ones to ensure that we have the strongest paper frogs ready at all times, should the princess suddenly appear. So Rainsong Pond's contests continue, without any sign of an ending. Yet now, none remember the names of those champions who, though they too once cherished the calling, ended up aging away in helpless impotence. As Princess Symest put it, weighed down by the burden of unrealized ambition, they are left with no other choice but to end their days in obscurity. Such a fate is crueler than the fall of a kingdom. But that's enough about all that. The atmosphere is suddenly feeling rather heavy. Let us place our trust in Furobert and Princess Symest. I'm sure they'll be able to do something about it. Also, me... Wait, where's Estampe? Oh, that good fellow. He said he was going for a stroll to get some fresh air. Perhaps he's practicing his diving as we speak. If only Estampe could share some of his relaxed mindset with Furobert. Even a fifth of it would do. Didn't the princess take us to the Cave of Eerie Murmurs before? I'm sure she heard a strange voice while we were here. Just to let you guys know, as paper frogs aren't very good at jumping in caves. Why? Don't worry, Mr. Furobert. I might have just been hearing things. I am a voice, but a voice is not life. Interaction is only born of contradictions, and only interaction is dialogue. There it is again. Do not fear. These voices will not harm us. They are simply lamenting their own past. Are these the princess's voices? To be precise, both princesses and princes, what they have in common is, they are all voices from fallen kingdoms. They came in search of answers, but found nothing. All they could do was stay and lament their fate in vain. You know this place well. You must have come here many times before. You show great intuition, as one would expect of a paladin. That is correct. I have come here often since my ascension. After all, compared to all those princesses and princes from the past, there's nothing special about me at all. It was wishful thinking indeed for me to have imagined that a miracle might suddenly happen and that I'd find our true guardian just like that. But for the sake of my kingdom, I had to keep searching for a way to fulfill my calling. I could not simply stand by and watch it fade away. So I looked everywhere, but found nothing. Finally, though I narrowed down my search to the Cave of Eerie Murmurs. But because this cave has never been thoroughly investigated, and so as not to drive Saborn and Suffage sick with worry or cause their voices to go hoarse, I have never entered the Cave of Eerie Murmurs itself. Now, for the future of the kingdom and all our aged champions, I have no choice but to go in. Can you open the door then? Don't be afraid, Your Highness. Not only do you have the super strong Li Huan and the champion jumper Mr. Furobert to back you up, but also the seasoned floater Paimon too. No matter what happens, we'll make sure you stay safe, right, Li Huan? Mr. Furobert? At your service, Your Highness. We've got your back, I think. I mean, we've hopefully got your back. Seriously. Caves really aren't designed for jumping in. Alright, Mr. Champion. We still have plenty of time to prepare. After all, we need to figure out how to get into this cave first, so you can't just open the door. Oh, I think I understand the puzzle. Perhaps this might come in handy. Yeah, jump on there so we can get rid of these fountains. Oh, we start here. And then move back. No? Yes. The door opened. Then come, everyone. Let us enter. So it needed to be a squirrel and a frog. It couldn't have worked any other way. It's so chill around here. Such a strange vibe. Chilly, not chill. I'm just glad we haven't seen anything weird. Well, I'm hearing weird things. Wait a sec. What's that carved on the wall over there? It looks like a story. What's it about? After setting up the trial herself, the princess awaited her guardian within the kingdom. I think I recall this story from the kingdom's records. In the legend, it is said that despite the passing of much time, still there came no sign of a guardian, and it seemed that the kingdom's resources would soon run dry. The princess, whose name was Seoya, therefore made a decision. She let the kingdom's people fall into a deep slumber and sealed off all its land except the tower, where she alone remained to await the coming of the guardian. And Paimon just jinxed us. Yes, she always does. What became of this princess? The guardian that she awaited never came. In the end, she is said to have come to the Cave of Eerie Murmurs alone, then vanished from the world without a trace. She probably just couldn't open the door. It is true that this princess showed great courage, but I cannot say that I agree with her approach. As I see it, by deciding to simply wait there while her people slept in blissful ignorance, she consigned her kingdom to an unknown fate. Instead, she should have taken the initiative by calling upon her people to unite as one, seeking out this guardian together. She had done this. Even if all their efforts had turned out to be in vain, at least she would have known that she'd done all she could. It's just as the last line of the story says. Stories follow rules, unfolding in cyclical patterns, but each should follow its own course. Your Highness, it hasn't come to that yet. Yeah, come on, there's still hope. And who knows, there might be some important clues left for us to find. Forgive me. I seem to have gotten a little carried away. Anyway, let's keep searching. Looking around, it seems like we haven't completed the trials in the Cave of Eerie Murmurs yet. Stay on your guard, everyone. Let's proceed slowly. A system for saying goodbye. It's so glaringly obvious. Irritating thing is that it's both reasonable and obvious. Lotus leaves and dewdrops, what the... Why has this story been carved on the wall? What is it? Someone's carved a story here that goes, once upon a time, there was a paper frog who wished he had a pair of wings. He prayed to the goddess, who told him that if he could jump higher than all the other frogs, he would have his wings. Wait a sec. If he could already jump higher than all the other frogs, why would he need wings? Maybe it's just hyperbole. No, this champion's name is actually recorded in the committee's register. This paper frog, whose name was Cibrellus, once won the championship 7 times in a row. No frog was his equal. His symbol was a pair of wings made of lotus leaves, so they dubbed him Winged Cibrellus. 7 times in a row. Paimon heard you won the championship many times in a row too, Mr. Furobert. Me? Yes. I've won it 7 times, and the stump is 6. But I'd be no match for this champion. Back in those days, they had to figure it all out themselves, without any experience to go on. In my generation of frogs. If my generation of frogs have jumped higher than others, it is merely by jumping up from the shoulders of giants. There he goes again, putting himself down as usual. So what happened to that champion? This I do not know. According to the committee's records, in the last jumping contest he ever took part in, Cibrellus came second. So that means... Indeed it does. Given that he no longer felt up to the task of rescuing the princess, Cibrellus announced his retirement there and then. He told his friends that the jumping contest no longer held any meaning for him, that unless he rediscovered its meaning someday, he would never again compete. From that day forth, not once was his name ever again mentioned in the records of Rainsong Pond. So just like those princes and princesses, there was a point in time after which this champion simply vanished from the world. That's right. All in all, this story really doesn't seem like a promising omen. Hold on a minute. The last line of this story is also, stories follow rules, unfolding in cyclical patterns, but each should follow its own course. Why does this line keep reappearing? We'd better complete the rest of the trials first. Yes, you're right. Let's focus on the puzzle before us. I wonder where it will lead us in the end. What's all this in here? A puzzle, Paimon. Keep up. Looks like this cave has no intention of just giving up the answers, but rather plans on testing us instead. The road to success is never straight, huh? Another trial. Let's do it. Thank you. Then let's go take a look at this final trial. Final trial, part 3. What should we do? Where do we even start? I see. Final Trial, Part 3, Season 2. Yes. Okay, you want me to hit that first. Great team. Yay. That must mean we've passed the trial, huh? That all went pretty smoothly. Who's queen of trials now? That's right, this gal. You're in such good shape. Ah, if only I was as talented as you are. Huh? Did you hear that? Stories follow rules, unfolding in cyclical patterns, but each should follow its own course. Once upon a time, there was a paper frog who wished he had a pair of wings. He prayed to the goddess, who told him that he could jump higher than all the other frogs. He would have his wings. Long ago, there was a princess who personally set up a trial in the kingdom. She waited and waited and waited. O guardian, where art thou? The paper's talking. In this world, that's not really that weird. Another paper frog, just like me. Another useless champion. Squandered years and a pair of worthless, withered wings. Oh, wait, surely you can't be. I am an evaporated dewdrop, a pair of wings too weak to fly for flight. The name Cibrellus is no longer one I am fit to bear. Oh no, they have been unfolded. It is a great honor to meet you, Your Highness, Princess Ciolia. It is an honor to meet you too, Your Highness. You, yet another stranger, another princess. So Pyron's guessing they are all the champions and princesses mentioned in the story on the wall. They just look like two manuscripts. It is an honor to meet you both. You have resided in this cave for a long time now. You should know why we are here. Your Highness, if you found the answer you were looking for, where is the guardian we are looking for? Great champion, where's the princess that us paper frogs are supposed to save? You should go back. There are no answers here, only questions after questions. No river awaits, and the lotus leaves do not exist for us. The pond has never seen victory's laurel, nor a princess. Stories follow rules, unfolding in cyclical patterns. Such a futile explanation. Expectation. When will the cycle end? Keep waiting, keep waiting. There are no answers here, only questions after questions. The pen that wrote these words has not alighted back upon the page, yet the ink of fate has long dried up. Neither the guardian nor the period that marks the end shall appear. Thus it has always been, until now. But each should follow its own course. That is the destiny's explicable hope. When will the path ahead reveal itself? What are they talking about? Pam doesn't get it. Whatever it is, it doesn't sound too promising. Huh? But why? No river awaits, and the lotus leaves do not exist for us. That makes it sound like Rainsong Pond is already. Neither the guardian, nor the period that marks the end shall appear. Anyway, we shouldn't jump to conclusions too soon. We haven't even completed the trial yet. Final trial, part 4. Alright, giving up before the contest has even ended seems like a bad etiquette indeed. Let's take care of the trials first. Yeah, let's stay positive. Maybe there'll be a pleasant surprise waiting for us. Okay, set up first, I guess. Seems like we passed all the trials, right? Until part 5, yes. We've passed the trials, but nothing seems to have happened. I brought the relic, but it hasn't reacted at all. Are we really meant to just keep waiting here? But what exactly are we waiting for? It's not like some kind of god's gonna suddenly swoop down and tell us what to do, is it? What we are willing to do is wait. All we can do is wait. Meaning lies in waiting. The future lies unknown. When did they appear? And insisting that we wait like that. What are we even waiting for? Perhaps they do not know either, which is why they've been waiting all this time. So long that they turned into manuscripts. We are echoes with nowhere to return. Existences that do not exist. Unfinished chapters of blank paper. As are you. Together, let us go back to where we belong. Stories follow rules, unfolding in cyclical patterns. Each follows its own course. Hey you, piles of rotten paper. Why do you just keep telling us to wait? Your Highness, waiting will get us nowhere. Ha ha ha, so that's it. I knew I wasn't in the wrong place. Your Highness, Princess Sioya, I have my answer. For the rest of you, it is time for us to part ways. Thank you all for everything you have done. Now it is clear to me that the answer lies not in the Cave of Eerie Murmurs. When I first arrived, I was afraid I would have to pay a heavy price to find a way to save the kingdom here. In the end, the Cave of Eerie Murmurs holds nothing more than a pile of old manuscripts deceiving themselves by waiting. It is a great relief to know that hope still lies elsewhere. The future lies unknown. Meaning lies in waiting. No, Your Highness. Meaning lies in the unknown. Waiting leads only to waiting. I most certainly will not save the kingdom using such a method. If the Guardian does not come, I will go in search of them. If I cannot find them in my kingdom, I will search the rest of the world instead. If they are not to be found in this world, then I shall keep searching beyond it. Even if my kingdom is destined to fall, I wish to witness its final moments, when its ending is written. Such blindness, such impetuosity, such frivolity, such ignorance, such superficiality, such impatience. Say what you will, but as you yourself just put it, stories follow rules, unfolding in cyclical patterns, but each should follow its own course. The answer is to believe in yourself. Don't do what the calling says. Write it yourself. If your path lies here in endless waiting, then mine lies instead on the road ahead. Can I say something? If you were to deem it acceptable, I would like to go along with Your Highness too. Wow, someone seems pretty motivated all of a sudden. After all, if I could help Your Highness find your guardian, that could also be interpreted as saving the princess. I am the champion of Rainsong Pond. Even if I do it for Rainsong Pond, I must continue to fulfill my duty. If you're willing to help, then on behalf of the entire Kingdom of Breezes and Bells, I thank you. That is most alright. I will, of course. Still, have to ask the committee's opinion, especially Horelo and the Stumpy. As you know, I always seem to cause trouble. We believe in you, our champion of champions. Great. So what's next? Huh? Your Highness, the relics next to you is lighting up. Whoa. Flying again. Started flying just like... Huh. How come the relic suddenly lit up? So that's right. Each should follow its own course, meant. Her Highness seems to have figured something out. But Paimon hasn't. Sounds to me like it's saying we first need to find a lotus leaf of our own that drift along on it. Has the power of the relic ever considered what would happen if you fell into the water? Just have to climb back out again. Thank you, Your Highness. Did you find the Guardian? Our relic is shining up ahead. Hope lies ahead. Our future lies outside. Meaning lies beyond. Kurobe is flying! He is incredible! Oh, that's just a really long jump. Give us a wave if we are champion feet. And then it ends suddenly. Oh, my leg. Is it still on the ground? I can barely feel it anymore. All 4 of your feet are still firmly on the ground, Mr. Champion. Those princesses from the past. Whoa, 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 whoa. Camera. They seem to have left too. I hope that they'll never return to the Cave of Eerie Murmurs. Heh. Seems our trip to the Cave of Eerie Murmurs wasn't for nothing after all. Hey, that's a paper ship. If the relic lit up, there's hope for your Highness's kingdom again. That is indeed so. The fact that the relic has lit up means it has found a guardian worthy of acknowledgement. It seems the guardian that the relic was looking for was not a valiant warrior in the usual sense. A true guardian who is worthy of acknowledgement is one who always follows their heart, someone who pushes forward relentlessly in spite of their fear. It turns out that this relic, which we'd been treating like the problem, was actually the answer all along. Those manuscripts there, that were waiting in that cave. They've been waiting for their path to appear. Waiting all this time. But waiting leads only to more waiting. No one can find the solution to a problem simply by searching within the problem itself. Like, you wouldn't be able to pick a leaf from a tree if you were standing on the leaf itself. Sounds complicated. Everyone's feeling dizzy now. That might be from the flight. Anyway, none of them were acknowledged by the relic as guardians. Your Highness and Mr. Furober were though. So now the relic has lit up and we've found our guardian. Doesn't that mean that the problem's solved, Your Highness? Well, you could say that. But I still haven't managed to figure out exactly why it lit up. Looks like Sabron and Sufash will be doing some more research for me. Oh, and now that the Guardian's been chosen, doesn't that mean that the relic's trial has lost its meaning too? It would be a shame to tear it all down. No, I will keep the trial in place. But it will now be used to train guardians rather than choose them. If every flying squirrel were to become a guardian someday, then no matter what difficulties the Kingdom of Breeze and Bells faced, we could overcome them together. Haha, I've been waiting to do this for so long. Just a pity that the relic refused to light up sooner, and that Saborn and Suffage stood in my way. Now that I've been acknowledged by the relic, I shall do whatever I wish. That's why you're the princess, Your Highness. No. Her Highness's title should now be Guardian Princess of the Kingdom of Breezes and Bells. So, Your Highness, would it be alright if I took part in the training in your kingdom? You're really up for anything now, huh? No, didn't you hear that sound just now? That voice that was speaking? This is a trial that you must face to serve Princess Chimest and fulfill your calling. Nope. Whose voice was it? It was the same voice as the voice of that manuscript that claimed to be Sibrellus in the Cave of Eerie Murmurs. Surely the great champion himself doesn't actually believe that I can fulfill Rainsong Pond's calling. But Princess Chimest doesn't need me to save her. If anything, I'm the one who needs her help. So you told him you could do it? Huh? No, I didn't. Or rather, he had no intention of hearing my opinion anyway. But seeing as it's for the calling of Rainsong Pond, what choice do I have? You're saying you would like to undergo the trial. And of course, you're welcome to. I couldn't be more delighted to hear that the champion of Rainsong Pond is willing to serve in my kingdom. Besides, I had plans to travel far away in the future, and I was actually just about to invite you to come along with me. After all, there are bound to be places in this world where the wind doesn't blow. When that time comes, I'll have to rely on those champion legs of yours. Those tasty legs. Really? Then I'll try my best not to make any mistakes. Though I've never tried jumping with anyone riding on my back before. Then you'll have to train harder from now on. And to the two of you, thank you for all the help you've given me in my kingdom. Though there are still so many mysteries yet to be solved. Why did we need to find a guardian? And why would a kingdom fall into decay by itself? And why would Rainsong Pond have such a calling? At least the kingdom has been saved, so now I have more time to contemplate these questions. Li Huan, don't you think that those manuscripts in the Cave of Eerie Murmurs seem to be related to a story we heard before? That legend that Nilu told us about, the goddess of fate who used ink to compose her stories. Do you know something about all this? Well, it's a long and complicated... Well, actually, it's not that long or complicated a story. So basically, everything we've been through is a story written by the goddess of fate. Alright, now we've really become characters in a story, but seeing as that goddess wrote us in, why didn't she give us an ending? First those poor souls in the cave and now us. We've all been through so much. So that must mean it was also the goddess of fate who came up with that line. I need some time to think about these matters more deeply. My loyal paladin, please take these gifts as a token of my gratitude. These were the only treasures I brought with me. If you have time, please come back to visit the Kingdom of Breeze and Bells again. I believe that you may have some questions for me. But first I must rest well and think hard.
Let me help you pack this up.
Wait, who's blocked the exit? It's so dark. Huh? Also, there's just multiple paper boats around. So, Nilu, where are you at? I keep missing or losing you.
Wow, what a lovely surprise.
Oh, Stream! Your rhythm is off again! At this rate, it doesn't even matter if the tavern reopens. The band's not even going to get any gigs!
I'm sorry.
Stream is losing his collar.
Hello there. I hope we aren't interrupting your rehearsal.
Wait, these are the two frogs we saw on the road a little while ago.
Oh, the forest fairy is here! For the love of lotus leaves and dewdrop, Stream, you've really got to put in some effort now.
But
Oh, don't pressure yourselves on my account. Are you rehearsing for a show?
Sure are. You see, our group regularly performs for guests at the tavern. We've been out of work for quite some time, with the closure and all, but after hearing of the fairy's arrival yesterday, we figured we needed to get in performance shape right away.
I understand how you feel. Back at the Grand Bazaar, Zubair Theater's always busy with rehearsals too.
The Grand Bazaar? Do people there sing on lotus leaves as well?
Yeah, they do. And it's a really big one. You're the conductor of your group, aren't you? You remind me of Mr. Zubair.
Ah, then he must be an ambitious director. One who would do anything to avoid disappointing a single member of the audience. It's just...
Is there anything we can do to help you, Mr. Stream?
Oh, no. My problems are mine and mine alone. It's just, after the tavern closed, I somehow forgot how to sing. I'm always a few beats behind everyone else, and I keep singing out of key.
Rhythm game incoming?
You were our trump card, our best singer by a mile.
I know, but...
So he is a victim of the fading disorder too?
I mean, just look at him.
Don't be sad, Mr. Stream. Whenever I've forgotten important dance steps in the past, my friends at the Grand Bazaar always stick by my side to encourage me. They smile and patiently tell me everything's going to be okay. Then they play the melody for me over and over until the steps finally come back to me. Now it's our turn to help you.
We just need to help you remember how to sing, right? The Traveler's got a great sense of rhythm. We can help keep you in time.
Yeah, I'm a rhythm game master.
Well, what do you say, Stream? I think it's a great idea. Just focus on the lyrics, and the fairy's friends will help you stay on beat.
Are you sure? This is really asking a lot.
Don't worry about it, Mr. Stream. It'll all be worth it when the tavern reopens and we finally have the chance to hear your marvelous singing voice.
All right, then. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll give it my best shot.
The Paper Frog Choir will perform sequentially according to the rhythm. Direct the rightmost froggy to jump at just the right moment. There may be song and dance accompanying the performance. Remember to follow the accompanying rhythm too. Let's see.
Excellent! Perfectly in time.
Time to dance. Imitate the dance rhythm. Good enough?
I'm getting the hang of it again.
Good enough, I guess.
Goddesses above, this better stick when it comes to the performance. Just do it exactly like how we rehearsed.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks to you, my voice is once again as clear as a flowing stream.
Mostly.
Glad to hear that you're feeling better, Mr. Stream. It's also about time for us to go to our next destination.
I feel like we'll probably have to do this again.
We'll be looking forward to your performance at the tavern.
Just like we rehearsed.
Wow, what a lovely surprise.
Well, since we've taken care of most of the tasks, all we need to do now is reopen the tavern.
But we still don't know how to use the magic of this world. We don't even know why the tavern closed in the first place.
Oh, what about the method that one hamster mentioned? You should try it, Nilu.
You mean the creation magic his grandfather saw outside the Hut of Blessings? I wonder. How exactly did the goddess of creation give them life?
Maybe you don't need to understand it. Just give it a try. Everyone here calls you the Forest Fairy. Maybe you have the magic powers already and you just don't know it.
In other words, this forest is a stage. And all I need to do is step out into the spotlight? Sounds just like a fairy tale.
Hearing them say fairy makes you think that she turned into Diasai. Yeah, she's a very great fairy.
Well, we are surrounded by talking origami animals and magic potions after all. Almost seems like anything's possible in this place.
You're right, Paimon. We won't know anything unless we try. In that case, let's see. This is how you do it, right? I think I got the folds right.
Whoa, your origami skills are great!
I once saw one of our prop people making something similar. It looked really cool, so I took some time during my break to learn the basics. It's not a bad way to stave off sleepiness either.
Well, how do you feel? Sense any, magical powers flowing through you?
No.
No? What are we missing?
Aren't you supposed to say some magical words? Abracadabra.
Magic words? But how am I supposed to know what the goddess said to bring them to life?
It doesn't matter what she said. Focus on what you want to say.
Oh, good point! You're the Forest Fairy, Nilu! What do you want to say to the new resident of your domain?
Aww.
I bestow upon you the blessings of the forest and offer you a home in this land. Your name shall be Hadisara. May you bloom in this world as beautifully as the flower I love. My name is Hadisara.
It worked! It actually worked!
Well, peel my shell and call me a nut. I never imagined I'd witness such a miracle at my age. It's just like what the stories said about the goddess of creation.
Shell? Miracle?
Nice to meet you, Patisara. I'm Nilu, the fairy of this forest. From this day forward, this place is now your home.
Hello, Fairy Nilu.
I hope you'll grow up happily in this forest.
Grow up.
Oh, you can leave the little one with old Armand for now. Oh, this sure brings back memories. It's been such a long time since we last held a welcome ceremony. Here, Patisara. Come to Grandpa Armand.
Well, now that Nilu has mastered the goddess's magic, we should be able to reopen the tavern, right?
Grandpa Almond, could you send a few people to check the underground space beneath the tavern?
Oh, of course. May I ask why?
The moment I used magic, I sensed something strange down there. I have a feeling it's connected to why the tavern had to close down.
Of course. We'll look into it right away.
Make sure you listen to Grandpa Almond, Patisara. Don't go running off on your own.
Patisara, listen. Running!
Yes, running. Goodbye.
Hey, come back here, you! Wait!
Yep, that's Nilu's creation, all right. She's got so much energy. Anyway, how did you manage it, Nilu?
Well, all I did was say my wishes for her out loud. Maybe the magic is in the words themselves, just like the book said.
This place is seeming more like a fairy tale by the second.
I mean, it's a book.
I mean, or somewhere called the Forest of Blessings, so it kind of makes sense.
Well, anyway, Paimon thinks this magic suits you perfectly, Nilu.
What about the space under the tavern? What had you so concerned?
When I brought Patisara to life just now, I was able to sense the magic flowing through the forest, and the flowers and trees, and inside the creatures that live here. But for some reason, there's a hollowed out space beneath the tavern where I couldn't sense anything at all.
We're back, my lady.
That was fast.
You were right. There was something under the tavern that I've never seen before. It looked transparent and gave off a clinking sound when I knocked on it.
Transparent and clinking. Oh, I've got it!
Already?
You've got to use fairy tale logic, Paimon.
Is it an ink bottle?
That's right. An empty ink bottle, to be exact. Still remember the taste of the magic tonic you took a sip of, Paimon?
Yeah, it was ink. Oh, Paimon gets it now!
Traveler, Paimon, will you come gather some ingredients with me? I learned what we need to make the magic tonic back in the Hut of Blessings.
Sure thing! What do we need to get?
A setting sun that never sets, a dragon that cannot fly, and a moon that only shines at night.
Sounds easy enough. Best ingredients.
Where are we supposed to find crazy things like that?
She means Sunsettias, Snapdragons, and Niloptala lotuses. Wow! The one just understood immediately.
What? How did you get that so fast?
Fairy tale logic, Paimon.
Logic, huh? Lucky guess, more like.
Did I get any of these coins? Yes, quite a few in fact. Gotcha! One of those is better. Oh, it's the princess. And just a bunch of frogs. Are those duplicates? Are we getting duplicates? there any use in having duplicates? Oh yes, because you trade them with friends. Another duplicate. Oh! What now? Citrus, or whatever her name was. Haven't even met that yet. Didn't even look what that would become. Sun that never sets. A dragon that cannot fly. Look, the moon's been stolen.
Hey, that should be everything, right? What should we do now?
Let's go back to the Hut of Blessings.
Yeah, yeah. Ha!
Oh,
Everyone hold
I
hands.
just grabbed them with the camera.
Give me just a second. I'm gonna go fetch an ink bottle from the other room.
Paimon doesn't get it. All the ingredients are super tasty, but somehow the final product turns into ink. Well, anyway, Paimon's not going anywhere near this stuff this time. Not even if you bribed her.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
You were real quick.
Let's see. According to the book, first you do this, then this, and then... It's done!
Just put them all in a bottle. Don't do anything with them, though.
Wow, magic sure makes everything super convenient.
Magic tonic. Mystical ink created by the forest fairy using magic. It seems to be very important to those who dwell in the forest of magic. Forest of blessings. Oh yeah, wherever those other items are, they would have that timer symbol on them, surely. Oh well. Use magic tonic. Unpetrify.
Yes, this is it. This is exactly the magic tonic we need.
Grandpa Almond, could you take the concoction to the room underneath the tavern and place it next to the transparent bottle you found? I'll handle the rest.
Of course. As you command, so it shall be done.
I still get nervous at times like this. It's just like when you step on stage and you can tell that every single person's gaze is fixed right on you.
Relax, Nilo. We are right here with you.
Thanks, you two. I can't tell you how great it is to have you by my side. Almost makes me feel like I've been blessed by the goddess of fate, too. Let's go. We shouldn't keep everyone waiting.
I don't understand.
That was certainly the highest drop I've ever fallen from. Definitely worth the kill.
Forest, please heed my words and accept my blessings. May your spring of wondrous magic never run dry. And may all who call you their home lead happy, fulfilling lives.
Fairy Nilu is amazing.
You can say that again. That was almost Okami level rejuvenation happening.
Wow, it's so pretty. What a beautiful tavern.
It matches the scenery of the forest perfectly. I was so surprised when it suddenly opened up like that. Just like a pop-up book.
I remember now. I remember everything. It was me. I was the one who went to the top of Constellation Metropole and witnessed the goddess's prophecy. The hero who shall save this world will descend upon the cliff of prophecy. The hero, supported by their companions, shall restore peace to this world.
So the prophecy really did have all the answers. You just forgot the first half.
That's why I was waiting near the cliff of prophecy. Wonderful, simply wonderful. There's still some hope left for old Armand after all.
Is the Cliff of Prophecy that place with the huge mural? 'Cause that is where we woke up, but we don't remember anything about how we got there. Also, we didn't get a change of clothes like Nilu. Are we definitely the heroes?
Will Traveler ever get a different outfit?
If not you, then who else? You've already helped the fairy revitalize our forest. To us, that makes you heroes, prophesized or not.
All right. Either way, we're going to keep adventuring, even if it's just to figure out how we can get back to our world.
We can also help resolve any crises along the way. Especially your dragon problem.
Yep, that's exactly right. Helping people we meet on the road is kind of our thing.
As expected, the words of the goddess of prophecy always come true.
I'll come with you. It can't hurt to have a magical fairy tag along, right?
What, you'd never ask.
Heroes and fairies, dragons and new adventures. This is sounding more and more like a fairy tale by the second.
I would say your next stop should be Constellation Metropole. It's Simulanka's most prosperous city, just across the sea. Once you've arrived at the Astral Garden at the highest point in the city, maybe you can try seeking divine counsel from the goddess of prophecy herself.
Are you leaving, Fairy Nilu?
Or is this gonna be that train station I found earlier?
I'm afraid so. There are still other people who need my help. I won't go far, though, and I'll come back to visit the minute I have time to spare. So be a good girl, Patisara, and help out Grandpa Almond whenever you can, alright?
Also, they did run out of nuts.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Patisara will wait here for you.
We are now at flower territory.
That's a good girl, Patisara. I almost forgot. If Constellation Metropole is where you're heading, you'll need to take the Maritime Express.
Ah, there it is.
I'll head to the station first thing tomorrow morning and wake up that lazy station master for you. Why don't you take a break for the rest of the day? You should savor the beautiful scenery of the forest before you go.
Sounds great! Paimon definitely feels tired after being on the go for so long. There's a spot in the tavern with Paimon's name on it.
Oh, sounds like someone's ready to order.
Oh, well, if you're offering. Paimon will take a glass of Buell fruit tonic. But hold the tonic.
Page 1 complete. And I'm assuming page 2 is hidden behind the day's wait. Paimon, here comes your bull fruit. Oh, you're playing the game by yourself now. Let us check in here. Summer gifts. Spoilers. Someone else is also getting a new outfit. A cat fit. Fit for a cat. And I guess you are also gonna be part of this story. But I guess these are all things we can't do yet. Yeah. But both of them unlock in 6 hours. But I guess with this we are done with all we can do here for today. Outside of smaller encounters with groups of animals all strewn about the map. I even got all the teleport points, I think. It seems. Can we do more gacha?
Fairy Nilu, can you teach Patisara how to dance?
Oh, of course! How about we start up with the most basic steps?
Okay.
What about you, Grandpa Almond? Would you like to join?
This old nutcracker? I'm not quite as limber as I used to be.
Come on, Grandpa Almond. Join us.
All right, all right. Grandpa can't say no to you, can he?
No, Grandpa, don't break your legs. Nope, don't have any points left. Guess I'll have to go find those myself. But it's getting late anyway, so I think this is a good time to stop for the day. One. Something. Something. Figurine exchange. Fairy Tale Voyage. Oh, that's the main story. Okay. Still lots of main story to go. 3 pages, an appendix, footnotes. Possibly more tutorials. Oh yeah, and Wanderer is here too. Or Horai. He totally fits in with the rest of the group. Oh, this is what we are collecting the pages for. Now I understand. Okay. That's why they are not in the items anywhere. Because they are being counted here. I guess. Well, then see you next time. For more summertime fun. By next time, I think the rest should be unlocked completely, considering it's gonna be next Tuesday or something. So see you then. Bye bye.